All right, so trying a new Zoom setup to record stuff rather than screen share or Share-O-Matic or whatever I was using. I just give it a shot. I got this nice little background going, with the waves going. Makes me feel better. Anyway, I want to make this video about bank runs. So, according to this article, just came out on Zero Hedge, in Baltimore, people are hitting the banks. Baltimore MECU, which I guess is a credit union, on April 4th. Picture there, another line of people, and another MECU. And if you hadn't heard, the National Guard has been deployed to Baltimore. So far, they don't seem to be doing much, but they're there. And Baltimore's been a crime, an area of high crime for quite a while now. So maybe it's preemptive, maybe it's prelude to something else, don't know. But we've seen in Manhattan and the Hamptons people pulling out cash of ATMs and banks running out of bills and stuff like that. And according to this chart here, it has people withdrawing cash out of banks as up to Y2K levels, which was pretty severe. If you guys weren't around then, people were worried about a lot of stuff. People, didn't know if, like, if you lived in a high-rise, would your elevator work? Would your car start? All these kinds of worries were around. And fortunately, the people who had the job of updating code for those systems at risk did a great job back then. And that's actually what they do in the movie Office Space. That's what their job is. So yeah, I mean, it was actually almost no issues in the Y2K. But point is, the Y2K levels of pulling out cash, we're approaching those levels now. And as you know, or as I hope you know, there's not actually that much physical paper in existence. If we go to the Fred, St. Louis Fred, let's see if I can find a good series. Let's see, banknotes maybe. Let's see what that pulls up. Liabilities, outstanding. No. Let's say. Also, if we look at the M2, in the economy, there's $16.3 trillion, right? But most of that is electronic. Let's see that little spike right there. What was it before? It was okay, so that's like an extra $700 billion of money, quote unquote. What I want to do is I want to look at, I guess it's not going to be M0. Let's say, let's do currency circulation. Ooh, if I can spell. Currency in circulation. Okay, so yeah, we're at 1.876 trillion. So if we do the math, and that's what this chart is showing. Let's say, grab my calculator here. 1876 divided by, what was it, 16,298, something like that. So 11%, 11 to 12% of currency exists compared to actual dollars in the economy. And every dollar of cash you pull out of the banking system is a dollar less that can be fractionally reserved. Now, with the new rules, there is no reserve requirement, so it's kind of a meaningless thing now. But at least you can do some symbolic protest of the banking system. Yeah. So the thing about bank runs is that it's a first mover advantage kind of system. So with only 11 cents out of every dollar actually available to be withdrawn as actual cash, the first 11% of people in terms of monetary volume that pull their money out will be the ones who get their money, and the other 89% are stuck with digital liabilities. So, I, for one, starting several weeks ago, I started pulling out cash, and I've got enough to satisfy my demand for cash, at least for the moment. And I I have recommended to other friends and everything to do the same, just because of these situations. You don't want to be the one who needs the cash and be on the losing side of that 89%. So just be aware, and hope you stock up for emergencies.